Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, Tariq, so I am not an expert on gender identity or anything, right? I don't present myself to be knowledgeable about that issue that is a representative within people, right? And I don't want to speak for them.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk
a safe
about
move,
it
probably
because
a safe
it
move.
is not my field for me to speak about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
So, right? So if this the scenario was never presented in the show of Jeep and Cheetah being twins, right? Right, that entire scene in this episode we get when Jeep was standing in front of the mirror,
Yeah,
right?
it's questionable. It's a bit of a there's a lot to feel about that.
There's a lot to interpret from that. If you were to show that clip, right, to an average Joe, right, no one who has ever heard of tokusatsu or know what the fuck Kamen Rider is, don't just be like, hey, is that Power Rangers? Right? Are they still racist? Are they still having a black guy be a Black Ranger or whatever? Right, so like when I was watching it, I was like, boy, man, what a. So I understand this clip within the context of the show, like, oh yeah, Jeep just wants to be Miss Cheetah, but like, I was like, but like in any other context, if you were to be presented, I was like, boy, what is this? This clip is right. Anyone else would probably just miss it. Like, this is a clip on like a deeper, like psychological, like gender.
I mean, there's
gender
something
identity.
deep happening. I don't know what, and I don't know if we're getting to dangerous
Look,
but
according to Liza, I don't care what you want to be, right?
yeah,
You're mine,
so
right?
long as you're my little prince, you can be a princess too if you want. Which.
All right, look, whatever you want to dress up with, I'm fine with that,
Yeah,
right?
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Right, but I was watching that clip, I was like, man, this clip is like, in any other context, right? If this was not, like, if we did not know that, like that Jeep and Cheetah were twins, or this clip would be so much more impactful. I feel like you could just start making fake news and probably just send a screenshot around and see what people, right, and just start posting around without ever telling people the origins. Like, oh yeah, hey, let's see how long. Hey, let's just take this clip, and present it to the masses and see what they interpret.
Let's see how the people respond.
Right? Right? Without giving them the hoping that they do not understand the actual context.
Yeah, it sure would suck if that happened on a national stage and on a primetime night.
Right? But alright, Tariq, hey, it is Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 30, the most terrible presidential daughter. Right? So real quick, so alright, so this is another bit I was also going to lead up with. So someone has told me or informed me that Lakia, aka Kamen Rider Gavv, right?
Yeah.
Has technically not lost any fight he has been in the show since his debut. If he fights solo, right? If another Kamen Rider is in the same fight, that fight is either ended as a loss or a draw. But every fight where he is only the solo fighter, right? It has always ended as a positive for him, right?
Yeah.
He has technically.
Yeah. So he only. I mean, look. Hey, Ram doesn't put in more effort than he needs to, right? He's just doing what he has to.
Right, yeah. So I thought that was real funny when someone brought that up. I was like, "Oh man, is that actually true?" So I had to go back and look at the statistics. Like, yeah, it turns out he has actually never lost any fights solo. Fight if Shoma or Hato, they're like, all right, his win rate goes from 100% down to 50% at that point. He's like, oh boy, man, these guys are.
It's because he's got to fucking. Like, hold back for these fuckers that are like.
He has to babysit these guys. I think that's just really funny, with that fact. But yeah. So speaking of losing a fight, or taking to a draw, right? Hey, look, Liza, she's doing what every golf girl does, or golfic Lolita does. Take a stroll through the forest, take
a stroll
right?
through the forest with an umbrella, and fucking silly ass heels.
Look, should we be questioning like, boy, hey, can you should you be down? Should you be out? I feel like this is very uncomfortable for you to be walking like this. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm fine. Look, it's fine. What's going on over here? Right? I don't know what's going on. Right? But yeah, people, like I said, I think it's real funny how disconnected the show is from the main antagonist to the main protagonist, how nobody knows what the fuck is going on at this point. Right? Like, Show at this point, like, he doesn't really care that much about his siblings, right? Like, he's like, oh man, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to stop there, like they're just like their daily nuisance at this point of kidnapping people, right? Like, I'm not actively going after them. Like, I'm not on like a path of revenge where I'm not actively trying to go to like the Stomach Inc. and like to shut down I'm not protesting them. I'm just stopping them because they're just in my convenience of the day,
Right.
Right? Yeah, I just think it's just real funny about that. But yeah, hey, look, Jeep got married, Shoma. Ooh, boy, you did not get invited to the wedding. They didn't send out invites.
Yeah,
right?
For some reason, the sibling that you rendered homeless and murdered their identical twin, fraternal twin, does not really like you that much.
Right. Also, I just think it's hilarious how hey look, Lakia is definitely a person for the people. Yeah, poor people hates the rich, right? Bush is not my president.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
He
some
stole the
people like him,
votes.
but it's not my thing.
Oh, also real quick, I forgot to mention it. So, hey, so how last week we were talking about Liza,
Liesel.
Lizelle and what the fuck she is supposed to be. All right, it's been confirmed now. Someone has went to the blog post and looked at. So her dad is based off Cthulhu. All right, so that's what we were kind of expecting, right? So she's based off
another Cthulhu thing. Another some other
fuck, what is it called? The one that starts with an N. Fuck. I was gonna fuck. You know what it is. As soon as I write,
yeah, I was just gonna say it's whatever the fucking. I mean, it's all Lovecraftian shit.
Yeah, she's based off that one. All right, I was like, okay, that makes sense. All right, sure, okay, yeah. Because that's what she's about. I thought she was a ram this time, but I guess now when you actually pull up the design and you can see that it explains like her weird stupid little ponytail sperm tail that she has on the back of her.
At least she didn't turn out to be just one giant big sperm because she's his daughter.
Right, but yeah, everyone gets explained to the look. Lockett explains that hey, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, we have a president system in the Granite world,
why
right?
would we not we have a president? Of course we do. What do you think we are?
What do you think? What you think all of us live in a what do you think is some? You think we live in like some weird 14th century medieval Europe? But first, I don't know what the 14th century is, and I know you don't even know what the word medieval and the word Europe is, right? Because those don't exist in the Granite world. So I don't know why you guys keep describing my world as like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I like how everyone just quickly processed that information. Like, all right, well, we got that info dump. But I was like, all right, back to our mission, right? All right.
I guess that's
good to know.
That's just reality. Honestly, it felt when Honto asks about it, it felt like he was looking for an excuse because he's like, so if they've got the backing of the president, does that mean that we're fighting against all Granite society? Because you can always trust Honto to always go back to casual racism of wanting to kill all Granutes.
Okay, he's trying to reinforce his idea. I told you guys that all Granutes are bad. Look, I've been saying it since the beginning.
If the president's bad, then we've got to get rid of them all, right?
Right? Let's take all the Granutes and send them to somewhere else, right? We'll deport all the Granutes, right? Hey, what? Do you guys have a South Granute word in there?
Yeah, what's the Granute equivalent of Cuba?
Right? What is your golf call? What is your golf call in that world, Lakia? Right? Yeah. But yeah, so they just continue back to their mission of like, all right, well, I don't know how they just quickly just
I guess
like
we'll deal with that later.
Right.
Let's go find these basketball boys that got kidnapped.
Right? That's our real mission, right?
Hey.
That's like now we know how the higher powers of that world is like. All right, it still technically does not reflect us or involve us. that much, So we're like, all right, we'll put that on the back burner, I guess. That's like we'll keep that as a mental note.
Yeah,
Like
that's a
something
problem
to
for another day. But right now, we really got to figure out how to. Look, those boys
we
are not
gotta
going to get
rescue
out.
the future of
These
Japan's
basketball boys are not
basketball.
going to get out of that cave by themselves. Okay.
Right. Meanwhile, in the boy, hey, look, man, this building hurts my eyes to look at. I don't like how.
Okay, but this goes back to what I was saying every time you fucking dragged me into goddamn King Oger. I don't give a shit how good the story is. If you make me look at this fucking like green screen shit, I will as the full background for the entire time. I'm gonna scream.
At least with KO they dull the CGI, right? So it's not in your face, but boy, man, I hate how fucking bright and artificial like this actually looks. I'm not saying that King Oger's was like really realistic, right? But this King Oger was like not.
Because it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't, right? But it wasn't like in your face about it. Like they at least put like dog shit, like color filter. Like, all right, hey, look, this is fake, but we're not gonna make it like, oh boy, everyone looks at a pass and go like, no, bronze, all right, get enough, right? But yeah, hey, look, no boy, man, I like how this brand new has like his mouth actually works. Like they did not do like the classic tokusatsu way of editing monsters with masks, where as soon as he puts it to his mouth, they cut away, and he's like, and then when they cut back, he's like, oh wow, yum, I definitely ate that. That was good.
Yeah, like they do with Dente and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like this guy actually has like a phone. Like, wow, that is really unneeded. I like, man, whoever did the heads. The headset for this guy, and they're like, oh, man.
I especially hate that it also has little mouths for eyes.
Right.
It's all cursed.
Yeah. This guy. Look. We got. But did you see the fly on his design though? Ooh.
No.
I don't think this guy's a fly. But yeah. Hey, look. Longo is Longo now. I guess he's the supplier for the president, right? Also, there's I don't like this shot, when the president had the key and he was reaching down too long. I was like, oh, hey, can you show me how it works? All right, that's a weird shot. You don't need to, you don't need to show me him moving his hand down towards Longo's belly like that, with the key.
Hey, Longo, I got things to work out.
Hey, look, Gongo, Longo, you do you want to move up the position? Hey, look, you gotta do me some favors.
Certain things you might have to do in order to keep your job.
Right? Yeah, I just definitely for the rest of the scene, he's in his human form. I think it's just real funny. He's just in his human form. Like, all right, I'm just gonna ignore that. You're not even gonna tell him to turn back to his
He's
weird.
not gonna say, ew, gross. I really hate that shit.
Right? He's not gonna turn back to his weird wolf. Whatever animal grade for. He's like, I don't remain a human for us far. I think for why not? I don't know. I just think it's real funny.
It's a power play for me.
All right, I just think it's funny how he just remains at that as that wolf form, Right. And then meanwhile, everyone is going around looking. Look. Everyone's trying to find out this old man, Look, Sachika has a smart idea of going back to the scene of the crime, right? Look, that's what all serial killers do. They like to go back to the scene of their crime, right, to find their next target.
Yeah.
While everyone else is just dicking around, technically. Longo's just in the middle of the street. He's like, all right, yes, this street. This is where old people walk around, I will definitely find him, by standing here, right? Hanzo has a good idea of just going to like another basketball game and see what happens. Like, oh yeah, hey, basketball. What if I connect this to another basketball? Shoma's like, oh, cool, sweet shop. Yeah. I will investigate
I was
the
really
crime.
expecting Shoma to fully forget about what they needed to do at that snack shop, but he actually at least went and asked the guy, like, hey, have you seen this creepy old man? And I was like, wow, Shoma, you managed to remember your job. Good for you, buddy.
I literally thought he was just gonna get distracted by this. It's like, oh yeah, he's like, yes, I will investigate the crime over there. Right. That's there's definitely a clue next to this candy shop. Sasha, can you give me some detective money real quick? While I investigate.
Do some research.
Right. Yeah. Right, hold on, let me see what the deals are. What the deals are. Yes, I need this much. This is how much candy I need. And then we just get like this weird, man, this guy is really sus. I'm not gonna lie. He's so
Oh,
suspicious.
yeah,
He's
he
like,
definitely feels like he is another Granyu that we have just forgot. Like, we are going to have to deal with him next week.
right? Like this guy seems way too important. He's not just like some one-off Joe, like some just like an actual just red. This guy is red is now all of a sudden randomly suspicious. Right? Let's see how he comes back. I guess look, mental note. Hey, let's keep this guy in the back of our mind now. He definitely knows something. Right?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, Lazel goes back to she bought back a bunch of stupid little. She get visit Japanese game shop. She got back a bunch of stupid little trinket. She bought back a stupid cat. She's like, oh, she bought back one of those stupid cats with the arms that moves.
She also brought back fucking nunchucks, which I thought was the craziest thing in that bag.
Wait, was there actually nunchucks? I didn't even see that.
Yes, there are actual nunchucks there.
Oh my god! Wait, I see it now. Oh, I didn't. I saw the duck, like the stupid pulley duck, and I saw the weird little drum with the two balls that you swing back and forth. I didn't. Oh my goodness, fucking amazing! I didn't realize she also brought back a fucking Beyblade as well.
Yeah, she brought her dad real presents.
She's like, oh, behold, look, artifacts from the human worlds. What do they do? Who knows?
Look at these wonders I found, and he's just like. These are children's toys, right? These are I don't.
No, Dad. These are the advancement of human technology.
Okay,
Right?
So
this is
we'll
what the genius of the human world has produced. It's like that scene in The Little Mermaid. Like, wow, this weird.
Look at this thing.
Look, they made a mini trident. What could they use it for? Right? Well. Right, what could this small trident-shaped object be used for? That's what this is. That's what this moment feels like, honestly. Right, when she brought back this stupid little bag full of random trinkets. Yeah. And he was like, "All right, I'm happy for you. I have to continue my job of being a president now. Right? All right. Good for you. That was great." And then she just leaves all this junk on the table, right?
Right. And then he just goes, burn that shit. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Look, let me get back to filling out forms, but I'm making it official by using my hands and not an automatic pen. Yeah,
that's the difference.
Right? This is it. Yeah, right. That's how you know these forms are actually enforced. Because I wrote it by hand. Right?
I do wonder, so we're also, I guess, introduced at this point to whatever, what's his name? Boche?
The president? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, President, Buca de Beppo.
Yeah.
I wonder if these are, if these butlers, because they all have the same masks, if they are similarly
his agent, right?
Yeah, his agents, or if it's just a thing where it's no, I just get a bunch of other fucking Granutes, and I have them wear these helmets, and I go, if you fucking change this mask, I'll kill you.
This is your work uniform from now on.
Yeah, I don't care if you tell me that doesn't work for your face because your face is different. This is your face now. Live with it.
Right. Hey, Honto finally does his investigative journalism job.
Yeah,
right?
He's working it out.
He finally used his skill set.
Yes, and finally puts two together. Hey, maybe I should
Yeah, time to go back to the actual scene of the crime, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, right?
Yeah, or for my mother.
Right? Yeah. I want to go to a random convenience store and it also just randomly is the exact convenience store that Sakurai was at, right? The missing basketball player, oh, I guess, yeah, sure, big convenience. I assume this is the closest, right? This has to be the closest, convenience store. Also, I think it's just real funny how he only bought something for him and Choma,
Yeah.
Right? It's like, here's Choma, I got.
Fuck Lakia, apparently.
Hey, look. Hanto is back to the point where, hey, Lakia does not provide me a granny, alright?
Yeah,
he does not give me something.
He does not give me a Gochizo, and also, he's a dirty, filthy Granute, and I won't trust him ever.
right? Oh yeah, but I need Shoma to produce these. But he gives like candy bar, which is to get. Hey, I feel like that's why like Hato should just be subconsciously, like subliminally, just giving him frappes from now on. Like, hey Shoma, hey, you feeling that? I got you this frappe,
It
this
does
chocolate
feel
frappe.
like that when because he does get him like ice cream or something, and it's like, I feel like with Sachika, she's just fucking feeding Shoma shit and seeing
Oh
what the
no,
fuck
no, the
happens.
shot we get later with all those fucking gochizos, and they're all like, is this a boy? This, I guess I just is feeding my like, but I feel like Hato should just be at this point just like secretly giving him frappes, but at any given opportunity, he's like, hey Shomo, you want
Yeah,
right? Because we established that the
I heard
frappe,
you like
right, the
frappes.
chocolate whatever is not an immortal. Like only for somebody only still once again I don't understand Gochizo logic within this fucking show or like or what's the rule like what's the actual rule set right of how they work, you know? Like only Kid King is still the immortal, is still technically Shoma's only immortal Gochizo, right, that he
Right.
has, right? So I don't understand why how Shober, why Blizzard Shober and Flat Paces has to be remade every single. But I feel like at this point Hato should just be giving him Shoma Flat Paces at any single, like, right. It's like, I really need, hey look, I know you're feeling down, I know you just ate, I know you just, but hey, here you go. Here's
I will
another
fill you up as much as I can because I need you to
yeah.
fucking make that shit for me.
Yeah, look, that's what I need to survive. You know, and then we cut to the scene where we started off with once again. This scene, extremely unhinged. You know, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Turns out,
I wasn't sure what was going on with the scene. This is me. I was like, ooh, boy, what's going on? So then it just occurred to me that I guess that the devices are just like is I. Is just whatever like human avatar is encoded.
It's just set to this is that image, and anybody who gets it can be that
Right,
person.
like for the longest time, I thought like the transfer were like actually like a transformation device. Right, I mean technically they are a transformation, but it just didn't occur that they were always encoded to this like their human avatar,
Right.
their human avatar form, you know, right? Yeah, but yeah, look, Jeep still has Sheeta's transformation device. Like, I'm keeping this. You know, look, this would never go. This is all I have left. Yeah, you know, not my memory.
Don't ask any questions. Hey, if I turn into this and go to the bathroom for 15 minutes, don't ask questions. Don't come knocking.
Right. Also, remember that it also transformed into the outfit as well. I thought it was only gonna be like a face transformation.
I mean,
you know, but I
yeah,
guess
that's the real inconsistency with these things is like, because it also like like in Lakia's case, right? Lakia has been changing outfits like a normal person, but we know that this is all a disguise. So like, is he just when he puts the clothes on that he's changed into, like, does he get to like Polly Pocket like dress up game this shit where he just like chooses an outfit for his doll when he transforms, or does he have to actually like go out and buy clothes, you know?
right. They have to like modify his stupid little like his stupid little switch, right? Because then it comes like he does not actually have like an actual like human form. He could like all these human forms are technically the transformation. It's not like in like any other series, you know, right? Like any other Kamen Rider monster series where the monster have like a human and a kaijin form, right? Like they actually have two forms though. They're like these human forms are straight up an actual like avatar that's being so like an actual like mask. Mask. Ooh, because they're Kamen Riders. Right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
definitely how they thought about it.
Yeah. Right. That they transform it. But yeah, it's really weird. But hey, look. Lights up and down. Look. I don't care. Look, whatever makes you
Yeah,
makes
so
you
long
happy.
as,
You know.
hey, that works for me. All right.
Yeah. Look.
You can be you can be your sister. You're my little pawn, no matter what.
Right. But yeah. Yeah, so they just walk around. They just once again, Hanto thanks to Hanto's super genius detective work. You know, right?
Yeah,
they
let's
walk around.
retrace their probable steps and figure this out by backtracking. Fucking brilliant work that you thought of the first thing that you should have thought of as the last thing.
Yeah, right. Shoma does not know the concept of a bathhouse because that doesn't exist. They cannot go They cannot go to a public. They cannot go to public bathhouse.
Yeah,
You know.
again, it brings to question what like the situation is with like how Shoma's been cleaning himself. Like, is
No, there's a
he?
private bath,
I
right?
guess
Look,
he
we
just
see
is
such.
taking showers and stuff, but like, okay.
Hey, look, we seen that Helen Keller Museum House has like a private because Sachika used it as a private bath,
Yeah,
and there's
that's
a private
true.
bath, right? Yeah. Hey, look, they found it right away. Look, sometimes the greatest detective is sometimes the crime is just right in front of you, right? They immediately find the granite. He's right there.
Yeah,
He was there this entire time.
He's actually working the goddamn fucking, which again goes back to our whole question of the various Granute schemes. So his scheme was to run a human bathhouse after he discovered what a human bathhouse was. And then
Right, and then
go
once again, so
to
why was he right?
basketball games.
Why is he? What is the point of him going to the basketball game to prey on
Because he
players?
needs to know that he's gotta prep for the most
Right, like you would think like just pray. Boy, hey, really bad out of context. Right? I hope this never gets clipped and used against me. Right? You think he'll just prey on people at the bathhouse he works at? Right? Because you know what they say. Look, after a cold shower, you feel great. Or like after a shower in general. Right? You're rejuvenated. Like, I think that would unironically be like the prime opportune time for you to be like a great, you'd be like, oh yes, I got you. Oh yeah, your dopamine levels are
It's
pretty
also
fucking
funny
high.
the different like. Oh, I get okay. I was going to say I don't really get the correlation here, because some Granutes we get, like the squid guy was working at like a takoyaki place or whatever, or yakiniku place.
Yeah.
The reason why the big baboon one is a fucking bathhouse guy is because of the fucking macaque, the red-faced macaques that just fucking hang out and get drunk as shit and hang out in hot springs baths. That's why That's why he's that.
Right, I also just think like a lot of these part-timers are just really bad at their job. Like some are just things like I'm just gonna go after humans and get them into a press, But I guess some guy has not figured out. Oh no, hold on.
I've got a
Oh
whole
right,
system
because they established that there were like there's actually qualities with presses, right? It's not just like any person you can get will give you a press. Right, like so like if you get people at like higher at a higher level of like happiness, ecstasies, or like dopamine, whatever the fuck, right? Like they'll get paid better, right? Right, guys. At the beginning, right, the graders we're just going out the random people like fuck it. Hey, look, here's a person walking home after the grocery store. Fuck it, hey, look, vulnerable. I'll get them, Ooh. Right, but now I guess then I was trying to figure out. Oh yeah, look, we gotta get them while we're in their prime, while they're good,
Fresh.
Yeah, but yeah. So the bathhouse is also unironically also a drug warehouse, in the back, I got lucky. I was like, all right, they got that. Yeah,
he's probably got. I'm pretty sure I know where his warehouse.
Look, two on one. It seems like a good fight for them. All right, I'm not gonna get involved. That's not my problem.
Also, as a former drug dealer myself, I know how other people deal their drugs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's keeping all the good stuff in the back. Yeah, I'll teach you something. Right. Right. Check this out.
Yeah.
I got Sanjay's like, oh, should we go help them? He's like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm gonna go with them. Why would I go with them?
Yeah,
They got it.
You
2 on 1.
have a much better idea of what the fuck you're trying to do.
Yeah, look, I'll teach you how drug trafficking works. Let's just go all the way in the back, right? Yeah, they go. Shoma and boy, hey, they go play Donkey Kong. That's what this scene, unironically, is. It's just Donkey Kong. Right? This guy's just throwing shit down. Right, and they're trying to climb up to him, right? Once he started throwing all these stupid ass fucking, I was like, oh wait, this is fucking Donkey Kong. What is this? What's going on here? But yeah, so they get him down. I like how they still find the need to transform into Fape and
we
Blizzard
started
Shomer.
here. We started with fucking our normal forms. Just to remind everybody, we can still do that since to be fair, both of our main Kamen Rider boys have spent the last fucking 7 episodes or more not being able to transform into their original form.
That is true. Also, hey, real quick, I think it's really such a cumbersome now for Honto. He has to actually take up his copy of RAM Driver, right? Every single time. I was like, oh boy, like, all right.
Hey, that's the benefit of him always having that fucking his like knapsack with him at all times.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like at this point he could just simplify. I'm curious to see. Like, I guess he can't put the chocolate Gochizo on the Verum driver, right?
Yeah.
The trip, right? So he still has to use
but
the god.
But it does mean that he's wasting 2 Gochizo for 1 transformation or for 1.
Yeah,
fight.
it's. Right, it's right. I will say he does not have access. He does not have. Remember his original junk dealer is gone. You know? He does not have a permanent fucking ever living Gochizo. Yeah. Right? So yeah, so he's sparingly just using this. Like, alright, he's like, he realizes that he would show us our friend again, so he's like, oh hey, Shobo, you want some chocolate? You know, right? Let me feed you up. Yeah. I just think it's real funny. Right? I just think it's real funny how he has to pull up the Verum driver as well. After he's like, alright, this is really unneeded. I feel like you can simplify your process. Like, you can't go to Dente, like, hey, go back to Uncle Dente, the kid, like, hey, can you figure out how to put this chocolate Gochizo into the Verum drive?
It's like if, as we thought in the beginning, that if Lakia was going to be, like, have to turn into his, Granute form every time he wanted to turn into Ram.
Right, yeah, it's like that, right? I just think it's really stupid now how he has to, like, his process is so fucking unnecessary that he has to do. I just think it's so fucking stupid that he has to pull up the Verum gyro. I was like, alright, I want, hey, what happens if you put the, I don't think you probably fit the Frappe Gochizo into the Verum Buster barrel, you know, right, gun thing.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we've seen that he can just put the cap of the fucking Frappe Gochizo in there, so I don't know. What if he just uses half of the Frappe Gochizo? What happens then? Does it get a new form there?
Yeah, right. Like, what's going on over here? But yeah, Lakia still on his technical 100% win rate. You know, he beats the shit out of this agent guy. You know, I was like, it's pretty cool. Hey, I'll admit, I'll give credit for the agent in this one. You know, like when the agent realized, oh, hey, he's turned invisible. Hey, I see this. I know what to do. You know, I'm just gonna create a bunch of dust. That'll form his shape in the dust as he's trying to move. Hey, I'll give the agent credit for this one. You know, at least Longo's agents are actually competent enough to fight, to fight by themselves, right? Unlike these Granutes. But yeah, the day is saving up. Fucking god, man. The shot when Sakya knocks over all the Gochos, like, man, they've been really feeding. I just say you gotta keep a surplus, you know, you gotta keep a backup stock of your man. There's a fuck ton of these things.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how many goddamn Gochizos that she has had Shomo producing this entire bit. Yeah.
Stuffing him like it's a fucking kink. It's weird.
Man. Oh, she needs all. She needs all these, you know, and then Honto and Lakia get into like a little, just a little bit of.
They're just having fun. They're just 2 boys.
They're having some little riff, you know. Honto, ignoring the fact that Honto just keeps saying, hey, I know you are just lazy, you know, right? Yeah. You know, all right, okay, sure, yeah. Then meanwhile in the boy man. And then, back in the Grand world, hey, corporate takeover, you know.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a market cut.
Mm-hmm, right, new chain of commands, you know. And it turns out the president can just come in and do that, you know, right? It has look. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real instance of corporate. I don't even know at this point.
Corporate takeover, yo. But I thought Glada immediately tried to fight. Once again, she just likes to. She just uses actually. Well, I feel like Glada has a lot of anger management problem, and she
absolutely.
just finds the need wants to fight someone.
If this doesn't get Glada killed because she keeps like volunteering to fucking fight like keeps trying to jump in and fight people. Because I think that at first I thought it was gonna be Niel that would be the next one, but Glotta seems to be really asking for it at this point.
Right, I'm still under the theory that Nub is most likely going to be the big bad villain of the show, right? Because he's the only, right? Because he's like the only that's actively plotting stuff, right? Like Lalo is he's just working. He's just trying to run a business. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. I was like, oh boy, hey, look, the stocks are down. I need to
look. He's just trying to do what
boy,
the
look,
shareholders.
he had the worst week. He had the worst week of his life 2 weeks ago until the pause was announced on the terror. He's like, all right, I'm back in business.
Luckily,
he was trying to figure.
Luckily, I bought low and sold high.
Right, but now, hey, look, he got demoted. Now, look, Jeeps is now enacting his master plan of getting revenge on his family. Right?
Yeah. And he's gonna be extra petty about it and make Longo his fucking gopher to go, which may actually make more problems because this means that they're going to get what we assume to be the end boss showing up to fucking fight our Kamen Rider boys.
Right. He's gonna send Longo out to fight Shoma from now on. Right.
Yeah.
All right. That's this week's episode.
Hold on. Meme incoming.
Beep beep.
There we go.
Beep beep boop boop. It is sending. It is.
There we go. And boom. I even remembered the watermark this time.
Yep. Yeah. That's right. All right. That's that for this week's episode.
I think so.
Hey, look. Next week, Hanto and Locke have to figure out. Look, have to settle their casual racism towards each other or something. Yeah, look. You gotta put the two characters with a bad character in there. You just gotta make them work together, right? Look, sometimes that's the only way for them to learn.
As it seems that Lakia says in the voiceover for the preview, it's not even because he's a human. I just don't like him.
All right, is that it for this week's episode?
I think so.
All right, that's it. All right, okay, thanks, bye.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah, what's up?
So so you famously, I forget if this was a bit earlier, said that you thought that when you learned of the name Chappell Roan, you thought
might
be
a big, that's right. My world opened up to me, right?
Cool new Chappelle Show character, right?
Yeah. Look. I think that he always made kooky, crazy characters. I legitimately thought she was a brand new character. Right?
No, not really. So she's one of the one of the it girls, the new pop icon. She's a real...
Yeah, right. That's the worst part. Ever since I found out who she really is, my feed has now just been filled with her news involving her.
Yeah.
Right, and how she likes to use gay people for her own benefit. I was like,
look, that's and
I was like, boy, I would have liked this better if this was still under the impression when I still thought this was Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And that headline would have been way more funnier in context to me. But now that I know who she is, I was like, all right, this is not like hilariously as it needs to be, right?
Look, I'm not gonna get into the controversies that Chappell Roan's gotten into recently with. I think there is some bullshit to constantly holding celebrities or musicians to always and forever say the right thing every single time, especially when they're have gone on record to say please just let me fucking be a person. So
I just want a shit post, right?
Yeah. Well, that's actually brings me back to my point of Chappell Roan.
Okay.
Because Chappell Roan has a relatively new song that came out in 2024.
Okay.
Is this I want to see if this is what was this a album or was this did you release this at a? Hold on, I gotta find. Okay, there's a song that she has called "Good Luck, Babe."
Okay, is this the thing about being a hippo or whatever you know?
It's
right?
it came. Let's see, it came out. Okay, it's not. It came out literally this time last year, April 4th, 2024. Got 100,279, 291 views on YouTube. Big song.
Okay.
Lots of people like it. Let me just see if I can find the clip. Hockey. Let's see. Let's see if I can get. Oh, that's what it is. It's not called Good Luck, Babe. Fuck. It's called The Giver. That's what it has. There we go. The Giver. Okay. So Molly discovered this because it is
Did Molly discover who Chappell Roan is?
No. Molly's known about Chappell Roan, right? It's the,
okay.
It's the pop queer all sorts of things, but like so it would appear that but what Molly discovered through Instagram and stuff, and I've now found the post from 23 days ago on r/Chappell Roan, is that apparently the song, Chappell Roan's song, The Giver, was used as the opening song for hockey night, or hockey night in Canada, Saturday Night Hockey or whatever. There.
Okay.
So I'm gonna post in. Let's see. Can I get? Yeah. Where's the video? There's the official lyric video. Okay. Sorry. The Giver. This is the one that came out more recently. This came out a month ago. It has 4.8 million views. Still a big song.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post the song's lyric video, which does feature Chappell Roan herself. Just from the thumbnail, you can tell this is a particular vibe going on here, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Boy, it looks like is this in violation of OSHA or anything? You know, right?
It's like a real girls get it done, the boys situation, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all that. Let's see. I'll just take the fucking Reddit post. You can find the video yourself from the Reddit post. They put this song that is, as many have said, to quote one of these commenters, an anthem about lesbian topping played over a montage of slams against the boards and gloves off brawls. Whoa, this is one of the most amazing infiltrations of cishet culture of the 21st century. This is so funny. As a Canadian from a hockey province, they don't love lesbians, but they love mentions of antlers, hunting, blue collarness, and cowboys. I imagine them not realizing what it's actually about makes it sound like a total Canadian anthem. Because if you listen to the song, if you listen to the instrumentals, it's got fucking banjo fiddle shit going on, and wee-haw, woo, yee-haw, yeehaw, we're out here in the country.
Is this like one of those songs that's making as a parody of like hyper nationalistic song, you know, like, right? Is that what this is?
It's a song that, by the music, right? By the sound of it, I could see why you wouldn't think that. But let's see. Where is it? Yeah. In the song's refrain, Rowan sings, "I get the job done," and what she's singing about is no mystery. "All you country boys saying you know how to treat a woman right," she says playfully. "Well, only a woman knows how to treat a woman right. She gets the job done." Yeah, it's about as, like, I would say, about as subtle of a metaphor as when Harry Styles made that watermelon sugar fucking song that was just about him eating.
Sure.
pussy.
Oh, yeah.
It's I mean I don't know what else to say. It's right there. It's just there. She's the giver, because she's giving. She's able to give and receive. She's able to. It's about going down on a lady as another lady, and they're playing this over a full fucking what was it 2.5 minutes? Where are we? Let's go back to that fucking. Oh, God damn it! Not to get back to the fucking rant post.
To like a 2-hour clip, 2-minute clip.
Yeah, a 2.5 minute clip of people playing of a bunch of like buff dudes playing hockey, and getting their teeth knocked out, while a Chappell Roan song is talking about how men don't pay enough attention and only a woman can love another woman right. Truly, an astounding level of like. So nobody checked on this, right? Like nobody.
I have to assume the person who signed up is just like one of those. It's probably like an old person who's like, I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Well,
this is what the song is used, or this.
Well, that's the funny thing, right? Is someone one of the things in the post was like, let me look at it. The first, at least the sticky comment is, this brought a literal tear to my eye at the bar. My two favorite things colliding. I don't know what random twink cut this up, but I love you. Like, to the gay community, this is a fucking win like crazy, because all of a sudden, we got them, boys, we got them. They don't know what the fuck they're listening to, and so all I believe is that like, somebody like found somebody in part of the community still, I guess, hiding their queerness, got into like works for the NHL, and then went, think I can get away with this because it has enough yeehaws and cowboy.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna listen for,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
And it's like, I think they got it. I think they got away with it. Full stop. Like they put this up to their boss. Didn't tell them what they just said. Hey, there's this new country song, and they're yes, I like this. Yes, this is very good. And then didn't realize that they would wind up blasting one of the gayest songs of the last 6 months over the fucking Canadian airwaves. It's fucking amazing.